nightmare. Aussie hosts show disgust at Meghan's plot for latest legal battle, Duchess spells karma. An Australian news presenter creeped out his co-host after remarking he needed to take a shower after listening to Meghan Markle's latest legal battle. Australia Today show presenters Carl Stefanovic and Alison Langdon discussed the latest revelations from Meghan Markle's legal battle with Associated Newspapers after a court was told she allowed a former aide to speak with royal biographers. The Australian hosts invited Daily Mirror royal editor Russell Myers on the show, who explained the situation. But after reflecting on the story, Mr. Stefankovic turned to Ms. Langdon and said the whole story made him feel dirty as she awkwardly laughed at the weird comment. Meghan apologized to the Court of Appeals after her former aide, Jason Knauf, revealed messages which allowed him to brief the authors of her biography, Finding Freedom. The Sussexes have always claimed they have had nothing to do with the book. Mr. Knauf also claimed Meghan asked him if she should refer to her father, Thomas Markle, as Daddy in a letter over fears it would be leaked to the media. He also claimed this was done to pull at the heartstrings if made public. He said Meghan deliberately ended each page part-way through a sentence so that no page could be falsely presented as the end of the letter. Royal aide Jason Knauf dramatically broke ranks to reveal bombshell texts and emails from Meghan Markle just weeks after her devastating Oprah interview aired. Mr. Knauf, 37, had repeatedly refused to help the Mail on Sunday in its bitter legal battle with the Duchess of Sussex, insisting he wanted to stay neutral. But court papers revealed he had performed a screeching U-turn in the aftermath of three major royal crises. First, in February, Meghan won her High Court case against the Moss over a leaked letter to estranged dad Thomas, 77. In March, Buckingham Palace launched an official probe based on a complaint by Mr. Knauf that she had bullied three members of household staff. And days later the Duchess' 2-hour interview to US chat show Queen Oprah Winfrey was aired, packed with explosive royal revelations. At the time, Mr. Knauf was being represented by lawyers acting for three other royal aides dubbed the Palace Four. On April 16, they made clear Mr. Knauf still wished to stay strictly neutral despite repeated approaches from the Moss's parent company, Associated Newspapers. But on May 12, Mr. Knauf announced he was stepping down from his royal roles. Then at the end of July a confidential source approached the newspaper to tell them Mr. Knauf had undergone a dramatic change of heart. Harry and Meghan's former press secretary had ditched his previous lawyers, and was now ready to talk. Speaking on Today, Mr. Stefankovic remarked both Harry and Meghan had laid it out with their lives and pondered Meghan would have known about the messages but went to court anyway. After commenting on the language used in the letter, Mr. Stefankovic remarked the whole thing made him want to have a shower. Ms. Langdon looked at him weirdly before trying to move on with her co-host, stating he felt dirty about the whole story. She said it was the weirdest thing he said on the show. Earlier in the segment, Mr. Myers was invited to discuss the story and said people had their jaws on the floor when the revelations against Meghan were made. Mr. Myers said it could be likely to see Markle versus Markle in the court if it goes to a full trial. Mr. Stefankovic then made another bizarre joke where he said it was like going into a laundromat because of the amount of dirty laundry being aired. Mr. Myers said the Sussexes were now in a sticky wicket and urged them to get their house in order before attacking the media for reporting on them. The panel then pondered whether the court action or Prince Andrew would cause more heartache for the Queen, with the three commentators agreeing Prince Andrew was still the most damaging to the royal family.